Hi guys, it's Mina. I'm going to show you how I mix up my color real quick. So this is a 16-ounce cup. I'm going to first put in my Liquitex Gloss Medium and Varnish right here. I fill it up to this line. I'm not entirely sure how many ounces it is, but I've been using these cups for so long and that's always my marker. So I fill it up to that line with the pouring medium. I put the pouring medium in first, because if you put your paint in first, then it gets stuck around all the bottom little nooks and crannies and crevices and you can't get it all mixed up and it sucks. This is Golden's Payne's Gray. This is the heavy-bodied one. And I like this. I love their fluid acrylics as well. But so this is eyeballing and knowing how much I've already mixed up 2 colors. You want to do a little quick pan of here. So okay, now come back over here. So it's basically, I just know how much I put in the other cups. And this is when all the futzing with it and measuring and stuff happens. This is why I don't usually do this on camera, because it takes a long time. So I mix that up really good. And it's very thick at this point. It's like paste. So then at that point, once it's all combined together, I scrape the sides and the bottom and the edges. And it's very thick. So then I take my water and I go a little bit at a time. And I know I'm going to end up filling up this entire cup eventually, so I know that looked like a lot of water, and it kind of was, but it's going to be just fine. So now we're getting closer. See, it's still very, very thick, even though that was a lot of water. So the full-bodied paints, you use less, but you still get that beautiful, I mean, this is Payne's Gray. This is one of the most beautiful colors in the world. Dark, dark navy. Okay, I'm going to put more water in.
I'm sorry if the camera twitches every 3 seconds.
Okay, so now we're getting closer to the consistency that I actually want. And then what I do with these is I mix it until it's slightly thicker than I actually want. So when I would be tempted still to put more water in. Oh, see, this is actually still kind of lumpy. So hang on. And you have to mix it up good. You know, it takes a while. My arm is kind of tired after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the 12th cup of paint that I'm mixing up. This is my, maybe I should have one more just in case. Okay, so now this is, see how it's running off there? It's still too thick. It is still too thick. So I am actually going to add a little bit more water because it's starting to leave a mound and I don't want it to leave a mound. So now that's just a tiny bit of water. Stir that up. See, now it's moving really nice. Okay, so at this point, I get my Floetrol and my little strainer thingy. I love this. This thing is awesome. Okay, I bought a 3-pack of these on Amazon. Cheap. It was fantastic. It sits on the cup like that. You get my Floetrol. All my Floetrol. Okay, Floetrol. You must shake it up before you use it, because it has separation anxiety issues and it gets glumpiness. I use this because there are Floetrol boogers in here. I already know there are Floetrol boogers in there. They all have it. So you strain it, see, and then the clumps and glumps fall into my strainer and not into my paint. That's disgusting. Ew. Look at that. That's glue, essentially, is what it is. Okay. But the strainer is keeping all of that out of my paint, which is lovely. So then I usually then I fill up the cup. So I probably have, there's probably about 5 ounces of paint and the pouring medium in there. And then I guess about 10 ounces of Floetrol, because this is a 16-ounce cup. And the Floetrol is just for volume. Yeah. Ugh. Look at that. See, this is why you use a strainer. Thank you for that lovely illustration. I have a trash can down there. Okay, that's probably enough. And I'll show you how much garbage I pulled out of there. So I take a little stirry stick, scrape the bottom. Look at this chunk. That's glue, essentially. So you don't want that in your painting. So this strainer thing is a godsend. I love it. absolute necessity now. I'm not pouring Floetrol without one of these things again. So, anyways, I just wanted to show you guys. Oh, and then I'm going to just move this over to an empty cup. I'm going to do its thing over there. And then I'm going to stir this up and you can see what it looks like. This is actually one of the coolest parts. I love this. Get this like perfect Fibonacci spiral thing going. It's so awesome. Amazing color. And you want to make sure you're hitting the bottom. You're getting this paint combined and incorporated. Sometimes they turn the cup. See that white stripe of Floetrol? You want to make sure you scrape your sides and get it all incorporated. There are bubbles in here. I don't care. I'm going to be doing straight pours anyhow, so the bubbles are cool. Okay, so that is now, actually it's a touch thick still, but I'm going to leave it. So, because usually I don't have to, well, no, it is still too thick. I'm going to add a bit of water because I don't want it to leave a mound. Generally, after I put the Floetrol in, I don't mess with it anymore because it's already the right consistency. Because I set that up before I do the Floetrol. Oh, the other really cool thing I figured out and did was I mixed my one color, and then before I put the Floetrol in, I'd mixed a full cup of color, and then I just poured that into 2 cups, and then I put the Floetrol in the 2 cups. That way they were the same color and the same consistency, which was awesome. Okay, so there you go. That's how I mix my paints up. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna go do this huge 30 by 60, and let's do some of these colors over here. It's gonna be awesome. I will see you in a few. Thanks. Bye.